Hello and welcome to another episode of me working on Hell Track from Rad for the Descenders video game. Today's a pretty good day because we have gotten some accomplishments done, and if I was into the whole video editing stuff and I'd be putting in clear tracks and blah and all these noises, but I really don't want to get into editing videos for this. I want to learn more about modeling and how this works, and I can only spend so much time doing one. Anywho, so here we are. We're inside the game. As you see, there's a really nice textured wall there. Obviously, I can completely change the texture around. This is just the very first experiment of getting a good texture inside the video game. I'll show you up the ramp here because I also kind of updated this black texture. This is supposed to be more of a rubber texture in the game here. As you see, it kind of looks mainly just black flat, so I might need to really change the roughness and noise quality of it to just make it more visible right now because it's hard to really see. I'll show you up in Blender here what it looks like in there, and as you see, I'm noticing I have a couple issues here right on the edge where there's that little black line gap that needs to be fixed, and also along this wall here and this wall here. They're both kind of floating a little bit above the current other texture, so that needs to be more uniformed. But it's nice to get in here and finally accomplish the big task I've been working on for the while here, is to get a new get textures into Unity and to Descenders here. And unfortunately, fortunately I should say, is I have completed that task. During this process, as you notice here, my whole terrain has changed. Once I was able to get this all into Unity, my first export into Descenders, and every export afterwards, everything on my screen was just gray, just a solid gray. My user was gray, everything was gray, the bottom was gray, everything. It was impossible to work with. So I ended up just creating a whole new Unity project, created a basic, very flat terrain here, put a little grass texture on it, imported a simple model that comes with the very basic of starting the whole modding part in Unity here, and then imported my model from Blender. And yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure why the underside there, as you saw, is a little bit different texture than the rest, even though it's exact same properties and such. But as you see, if you look up above, it looks a little different. Maybe it's the whole lighting. That's the next thing I kind of want to work on, is the whole lighting positioning of where the sun should be to kind of give the right shading effects, etc., of what's going on. But yeah, so next thing too is beyond that with the lighting, I kind of want to change this whole texture of the blue to look more of a shiny tarp texture like, and versus like a kind of cloth texture going on. And I want to make sure this black part here looks more of a rubber-ish ramp versus just kind of being clear. So as you see here out in Blender, you can kind of see it's a lot more textured. Like you can see all those dots and the noise is shining on it, but I just need to probably enhance that a lot more drastically so that the game can kind of show it as well. But yeah, that is the next steps to work on, and we will see you guys on the next day. Hope you guys are enjoying the series, and have a good night, everyone.